So good morning, everybody. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for Falah to allow us to present our work on the different islands we run. So thank you also to the partner we work with, that is to say Adical Technopole and Tube Tropic, and of course the farmers to take time to answer to our question. Also, let's go in the presentation. Also, I will introduce to you the context of the two different countries we work in. So, for us, the family farming, as you know, plays a pivotal role in the subsistence of local population and significantly contributes to maintain an important biodiversity within farming system. The two territories we work where belongs to distinct cultural area. Melanesian area for Maori and Polynesian for Wallis and Futuna, and both countries share the same, I will say, environmental constraint with tropical oceanic climate and meteorological phenomena, and also got the same, almost the same traditional farming practices, closely linked to ritual and customary exchange. Also, the both countries we work face to rural exodus and socio-economic transformation, and there is some impact on the rural population, which consists in, which is the transmission of traditional agricultural knowledge. Also, the migration to urban centers. We decrease the labor force and also affecting the crop choices and the agrobiodiversity conversation, and also at last the changing lifestyle and import reliance, altered diets and lower local production. For our studies, we got some common objectives in Maori and Wallis and Futuna. Also, this slide outlines the common objectives for both territories to carry out an inventory of cultivated agrobiodiversity, to analyze the factors influencing this diversity, and to enhance the agricultural heritage. It thus highlights the importance of documenting and understanding the traditional species and varieties in order to better preserve a cultural and food heritage. Next, so the two following slides will introduce the methodology and field approach. So we run agrobiodiversity survey in both countries in order to increase the knowledge of traditional species and varieties cultivated for food and ceremonial purposes. And to do this, we design surveys to standardize the collection of information on farming practice. Concerning the field approach, it was a direct interview with local farmers to gather both qualitative and quantitative data, and following by field visits to observe and document traditional cropping systems. Concerning the sampling and data collection and quantitative approach, there were some little difference between the two territories. In Wallis and Futuna, concerning sampling, we work with resource person, and in Maori it was more like a random survey, trying to incorporate some socio-eco criteria. Data collection consists in Wallis and Futuna with an entry based on the species and varieties, regardless the type of field. And in contrary, in Maori, the survey was with an entry based on the field, with an inventory according to the type of field. Also, at the end, we got different data. In Wallis and Futuna, more detailed inventory of the number and identity of species. And in Maori, we got more information concerning the specialization of the field. We go also the first result to illustrate what I just said. So in Maori, you have the map displaying the different tribe where we conduct a survey. And it's also, at the end, 37 surveys in 107 fields, and we identify 76, a total of 76 species. Also, concerning the diversity, we can do some average. We can say that a traditional field contains about 13 species and 32 varieties. We got around 9 varieties of yam per field, and the preferred association was yam, taro, banana, and of course island cabbage and sugarcane. And also we can note typology of field according to yam crops and associated crops and agrodiversity. Of course, yam play a central role, in all the crop cultivated, and also we as findings we got a combined influence of environmental and socio-cultural factors. Okay, so here, sorry for the complicated scheme, but we'll go fast on this. So you can see in the first row, we got the field name. We are in the vernacular in Maori language, and each specific name drive to a different destination, and we can evaluate the agro-biodiversity index, and also associated crops, and some specific information like fallow period for each. So maybe we can go later on this schema if you want to have more detail. So, but I will go further. Also now concerning Wallis and Futuna, you got also a map displaying the different kingdom or districts we conduct a survey. So we conduct 16 surveys in each island, in Wallis and Futuna. Concerning the diversity, we listed around a total of 750 plants, which correspond to 178 varieties, and at the end we can design, we say, 164 varietal sheets. That correspond to a varietal portfolio of an average of 55 varieties. And we did this kind of a survey with a varietal panorama across tubers, taros, banana, breadfruit, and other traditional crops with a specific focus on this crop. As findings, we have a diversity which is maintained despite the gradual disappearance of some old varieties, and we saw also that introduction of new varieties often taking on the name of lost ones, indicating a kind of evolving dynamic. Also, we got this kind of result concerning the crops we listed. So concerning, for example, the yam, we listed about 86 varieties. Name, I will not variety, but more name of yam corresponding for different varieties. And we identified precisely with different characteristics around 45, corresponding also to 20 old varieties with ancient name. And the farmers, the people we asked, declare to about 22, I will say, lost variety, lost name, lost yam. Also at the end we have some 3 different camembert, excuse me for the translation. And you can see the repartition of different variety per species, and the importance of certain variety. Like in yam, it's Dioscora alata. In taro, the second camembert. Scolocasia esculenta, and banana, it's opa. This is Wallisian and Futunian name, but it regroups different varieties, so it's more complicated to say it's only one variety. Okay, and also at the end of the, I would say the command of the order of the work was to publish some facts sheet, some varietal sheet, and also it's allowed to have the name in the Wallisian and Futunian language, and also we try to regroup all the morphological characteristics, the second box with agronomic characteristics, and also the value and the use associated to knowledge. So it's about 164 varietal sheets. Also, for our results, the different determinant This slide summarizes the common factors influencing agrobiodiversity in both territories, integrating environmental, socio-cultural, and economic dimensions. It emphasizes independence between natural conditions and traditional practices. We also can say that there are some specific challenges according to the context. In Marais, it is about preserving traditional varieties while integrating new genetics in the context of climate change. And whereas in Wallis and Futuna, the issue lies in preserving natural diversity in the face of demographic shift and dietary transition. Also, with this work, we have some convergences. So, in this slide, we emphasize the similarities between the two territories. Both Marais and Wallis and Futuna share a strong foundation in family farming, where traditional practices, ritual, and customary exchanges play a crucial role in sustaining local food system. Okay, and concerning divergence, the two works were not totally the same with the scale and methodology. Marais was more focused on the limited area, Wallis and Futuna it was all over the archipelago. And concerning the socio-economic context, Marais farming is strongly tied to local tradition and subsistence. And in Wallis and Futuna, there are signals of modernization and challenge to food security. Also also this slide recaps the key conclusion: agrobiodiversity is an essential pillar for food security and the resilience of island communities. It underscores the richness of traditional farming systems while signaling the risk of losing ancient varieties which deserve special attention. And almost the last slide. In this section, we could conclude on the importance of strengthening collaboration among local, regional, and international stakeholders. They advocate for continued research and the development of integrated projects to enhance the resilience of agricultural system and ensure food self-sufficiency in these islands territories. And also, thank you again. And I will end this presentation with by quoting a farmer from Marais, talking about our agriculture is like talking to our earth. Thank you again. Sorry for my
Perfect, just on time. Thank you, Julia. We have a moment of discussion, so you can ask some question and debate with Julian, like 7 or 5 minutes discussion. So any comment or question? The first one, okay.
Yes, Julien, you notice on Futuna that you find several varieties of coffee?
Café.
Café, it's not coffee.
No, not coffee. It's café. It's a family of Aracea.
Okay.
And you eat a big arrowroot, but you eat the stem.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like 1 meter long, and it's very important in the Futunian and Wallisian custom.
But we need to cook them also. There is some oxalate inside.
Of course, like all the Aracea, but the stem is very researched. So it's café.
Jonas?
Thank you, Julien, for your presentation. One of the results I found very interesting is the agrobiodiversity of plots in Marais with in function of the different destination of the crops. If it's for custom, if it's for sales, if it's for exchange. The plots have several different vernacular names and several different associations between crops. Yes, this one. Do you know if there are similar use of plots in Wallis and Futuna with different names give to the plots in function of the destination of the crops and the specific association linked to vernacular name give to the plots?
Unfortunately, we didn't do the same work in the both territory, so we didn't focus on this specification we got in Marais because the lack of time. But it could be interesting. I know that there is some specific name, but more because it corresponds to a specific area in Futuna and in Wallis. Like you got the taro deer because you can go only taro or rice, but taro. And so no, sorry, I can't. I don't know by now.
Yes, thank you very much. It's very, very interesting. I was wondering whether in Wallis and Futuna there is, like in Nouvelle-Calédonie, a kind of conservatoire, like we have in Nouvelle-Calédonie Yam Conservatory. What's the way to say it?
Yeah, but no, it's only we've got only a conservatory in New Caledonia. The agriculture.
And so I just finished the question.
Okay, sorry.
And if there is other species that are preserved, that are trying to be conserved in that way, or if it's only about yam.
So if I don't, if I right understand your question, first there is no conservatory in Wallis and Futuna. They work with SPC to have an in vitro center when they can duplicate but not conserve the variety. So it's made in the field by the farmer, but there is no. When we organize some workshop, we can spot on that problem that there is a risk of loss of ancient variety, but the agricultural department is not in charge of driving or conservation. So only in New Caledonia we got this conservatory on yam, a little in taro, and we have some work with a colleague from Marais who are trying to collect all the yam from the Loyalty Island. And moreover, in Marais, we have about 60 varieties of yam.
And I've heard that there is many varieties of bananas also in Marais. And so is it also part of the...
Pardon?
There is many varieties of banana, I heard, in Malay.
Yes.
So, no?
It's about 20 different kinds, not maybe not 20 different varieties, because they are similar and sometimes not some specific variety. So we are having a collection, a plot collection of this banana variety, and but by now there is no aim by the province or other institutional to make a collection of bananas.
Great. This is a good work. Do you think we can do that in Vanuatu too? Do you expect it to work on Vanuatu? Or it's only for French country or not?
No, within this work we designed some survey, and so normally we design those survey for Pacific area, like descriptor for banana, yam, taro, and most of the crop we cultivate. So we just have to translate it in English, and maybe to see what is adapted to which country. But normally it could be run in all the Pacific area.
That's great. Another one? The last one, Gilbert, sorry, because yeah, question. You can? Yes.
Thank you for the presentation. On one of your slides, I noticed that you put up the number of varieties cited, number of varieties identified, and there are a number of varieties said to be extinct. And it seems that yam is degraded. Total variety size is about 26. The varieties identified is 45. Extinct is 32. It seems that a big drop on the varieties because 20 is extinct. Second crop is banana, 31 cited, 22 identified, and 9 distinct. So have you done any work on recovering them or identifying why they really grow? What are the reasons for their extinction? Is it because of climate change, high rainfall, high temperature, salinity? Thank you.
So thank you for your question. I will try to answer a little.
I'll be quick.
Very quick? Okay, okay, thank you. Maybe there are some climate change factors who participate to the loss of the varieties, but I will say also to keep hope that sometimes we don't meet everybody in the Wallis and Futuna, and sometimes when I come back later, I have some chat with some other farmer and say, oh, I got this variety. So we have this work normally is the first step to make all the people around the same table and to say, okay, we have now to focus on what variety are still there or not. So we have some results, we have to publish it, but we have to make some comma between. But for sure there are some varieties that are being lost by now because they are so sensitive to high humidity. We meet this problem with noble yam, which are very sensitive to anthracnose. And so the climate change is not helping us to save the varieties.